And we are live. Welcome to Earth 2 Comic Cast, where superheroes exist and comic book talk is actually not. Let me take that back. Was Bracken. Welcome to Earth 2 Vomit Bast, where superheroes exist and comic book talk is the norm. It's your boy Mo Brosby back. Yo, oh god, that was stupid. Welcome everybody. We're here to talk about Amazon's #1 show right now, The Boys. God, what's going on?
What's good, man? Welcome back. This is a great episode of The Boys.
Oh god.
I'm excited.
You can tell.
Yeah, we needed this. We just got done casting a very horrible TV show, and now we're here with a very great TV show.
Right.
And Mo about to get waxed. We're in this challenge on this Apple Watch thing.
Oh no, I'm winning. Really I'm winning. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
He feel real good after his 62-minute workout, and I ain't even start yet on my leg day. So
bruh,
make it feel good.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. What's bragging? You think you got this? anyways, KB, I love this episode.
BB.
No bullshit, though. No. Well, how's what Sue?
No, we ain't getting killed.
No, we're not. Yeah, we're not going that far. But this episode had everything: mommy issues, extreme daddy issues. It did start with mom. There were two points of daddy issues in this episode. I think. Yeah, there was two. There was two instances of big daddy issues. Definitely mommy issues. Girlfriend issues. Let me see what other issues. Racism. No.
Right off the bat,
racism was one of the big issues of this. It was just very, very. It was packed full of a lot of stuff, and everything that would happen in this episode was important. Everything that happened in this episode was important, and I think it's very easy to miss a lot of things. There was one thing that I thought I missed, but I didn't miss. There was one thing Kyle and I argued about, but we're not. I think I'm right, and he thinks he's right, and I'm pretty sure this exact thing you guys argued about, with your friends or in your friend groups or in your friend circle. So let's get into the show, Kyle. Right off the bat, it starts off with propaganda. Oh, yeah. The mutant. No, not the different show. The the supervillains or the terrorists, super terrorists. No, now I just call them supervillains straight up. The supervillains from another country, like they're here and they're hiding in plain sight. And this one guy who just keeps going on Facebook and looking at prop after prop after prop after prop after prop decides to take action against someone he perceives as a supervillain, and he kills an innocent man.
Yes. That is definitely mirroring of what has been our real norm in
since
America. 9/11.
Yeah.
So that's real.
9/11 is the most recent time. I'm pretty sure in today, at the beginning of COVID, we had reports of people beating up Asians and Chinese Americans. Yeah. I'm pretty sure during what was it? After Pearl Harbor, there was something that happened there. I wasn't born, I wasn't alive then, but I'm pretty sure there was persecution of Japanese Americans. I mean, they pretty much put them in a way. They put them in concentration camps.
Yeah, we had them.
Yeah, so in American history, there's always a time where something will happen and Americans react to it a certain way. So this show definitely merited very well in terms of using supervillains or super terrorists to do what they needed to do.
Well, look at talk radio and the new 24-hour news cycle and everything like that. It's real easy to get these hate images in your mind. Think of how many times we get an active shooter here in America, and this person thinks that he's a patriot because he has this idea embedded in his mind. This is
Right.
the threat. I have to protect myself and my country from this threat. And it happens. It happens more often than few.
Right. Right. And so I just think that if we look at things the way we look at them, and that the way the episode opens, I think it was wonderful. It was pretty much fucking amazing. I loved it. Um, so we take that and we keep it moving, and I think the first instance of mommy issues comes up because now, I mean, before we keep move, Homelander and his girlfriend have Stormfront have taken center stage. They're now the face of Vought. They're now calling for themselves to be that we are the superheroes. We're here for you. I mean, I think their approval ratings are going up, and they halfway condemn the shooting and then go ahead to say thoughts and prayers.
Right. Also, what they did was it looked. I'm not being political here, right? So I don't want to offend any left or right wing people, but it kind of looked like a rally. You know, I'll leave it at that, and I'm totally not trying to offend anybody. So
Yes, you are.
all right,
Shots fired.
all right.
Bruh, 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 bruh. Boop, 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 boop. Kyle out here firing shots. He is. He's gonna say he's not, but I know what you know what. We're here.
No, but it did look
Like
like
that.
it did look like a rally going on.
It did. It
It had
did.
the whole theme. It had the whole for the culture and all that kind of stuff.
You don't have to say what kind of, but yo,
Yeah.
you were 100% spot on. It was a rally. It was very much so.
And something
a-
Homelander said was interesting was he doesn't want to keep Starlight alive at this point.
Yes, and
Which
so
is which
very interesting because
Yeah.
again, and then Stormfront says to him, "We need her. We need a traitor. We need someone who we can finally be like, you know what, we can go against." And Starlight presents that. Stormfront has been doing this longer than Homelander, and she's very much more experienced. Homelander just sees you as a bad guy and wants to kill you. There's no middle for him. I think the thing you said was he's not a bad person. He wants to stamp out and he wants to do it his way.
Yeah, he's straight ego or id driven. Like,
You're right.
Yeah.
And so, they announced on TV that Starlight is a mole and she's been working with blah blah blah. Again, Butcher and the rest of them are not in his purview. They're not. They're really not. It's the bigger issues for them. That the little issues they don't look at. It's the bigger issues. And it's so fucking amazing how that also mirrors society, because again, there are things that are happening in the country on a smaller scale that they don't care about. Think about 9/11. There were things that were happening think about 9/11, and then we ended up going into this whole recession, but they still kept preaching war in Iraq. Like, it didn't matter what happened. The war just there was the bigger thing that they kept pushing, and they kept pushing that. And so, yes, the show does that very well. The bad guys in the country weren't addressed. It was, there's the bad guys out there. The guys here don't really matter. We have the police to take care of that. And so I think that's when they started, the whole police, giving the police so much money and giving them all the equipment they needed to, I think that's when things really went left. But let's not get into that.
Yeah.
So,
but there was something else that happened with Stormfront. Stormfront was looking. So, all right, let me back up. Homelander was looking at Stormfront, thinking that Stormfront was looking at the lady holding the baby, because you could clearly see Stormfront was pissed at something.
Right.
But if you look slightly behind the lady holding the baby, there's a black woman, and that's who. And it stood out because I kept looking at the scene. There was no other black person in that crowd,
right?
And that irritated Stormfront. Like there was, and they were talking about culture and taking the country back and all this propaganda.
Stormfront meant something else when she was saying that. Homelander meant they both meant something different.
Yes.
And I loved it because if you watch it initially, it's just they mean the same. You're thinking, they both are talking. No, but they're talking about two different things. For Homelander, it's I just want to be a fucking hero and I want to give us our shit back. Yeah. Stormfront wants to stamp out everything and everyone that isn't.
Stormfront is
Stormfront wants to make America great again.
Yes, completely. And her idea of that is way different from Homelander's. Yes.
And so the first daddy issue comes up when, you know, they're okay. So now we stop with there. Then we go to, you know, we go check up on the boys, and you know, they've gone to see the senator, and you know, they're coming up with this plan, and the senator is trying to coach Lamplighter on how to speak and what to say in court and how to, you know, and he's like, listen, this is whack. Like, they know that they're going to dissect everything he's saying because he's going to come off as a disgruntled employee. There's nothing he can say to help, you know, his case and all that good stuff. But for some reason, they have another ace up their sleeve, and so they're going to try to figure that out, right? And so the group is going to disperse to do that, and everybody's dispersing to do stuff. And Starlight was with the group at this point. Yeah, Starlight is with no, Starlight isn't there. Starlight goes to go see her mom. Was she? No, she was there. No, she wasn't there. She goes to go see her mom.
No, I thought Starlight was captured.
Was that this episode or was that last episode? I'm confusing things. Oh, in the beginning, actually. Starlight was captured in the beginning. I'm sorry, we skipped. So that was the first instance of mommy issues. Starlight gets captured in the beginning because the mom is stupid enough to call her job and be like, oh, I'm going to go see my daughter, and this one I'm going to go see her at, and boom, 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 she gets captured. And this is where Homelander goes, well, I don't want her alive anymore. They've announced that they've captured so we kind of slightly got ahead of ourselves. But the group is going to disperse, right? Butcher gets a call from his mother that his dad is here and his dad is sick. Butcher goes to go see his mom. No, that his dad is dead. So he goes to go see his mom. Right. He goes to go see his mom, probably trying to console her or whatnot. Serge, Frenchie, right? Because Mallory uses their names. She's like, I'm going to need you to keep an eye out on what's Serge's mission?
Serge is supposed to watch the dude, Lamplighter.
No, he's not. Because the person who watches Lamplighter is Hughie.
Yeah, Hughie. What was Frenchie's mission?
Come on, man. Come on.
I'm trying to remember what was Frenchie's mission.
All right, we're gonna come back to you on that one.
Yeah, come back to. I don't remember what Frenchie's mission was.
Because Mother's Milk, and what was his name? I forgot because she used his name too. Mother's Milk and Mallory go talk to Vogelbaum.
Okay.
Right? And I thought that was interesting because when they get there and they try to talk to Vogelbaum, Vogelbaum does not accept their proposal, right? But Butcher goes to go talk to his father and his mom, and who he gets railroaded and he has to address his father. And we see that Butcher has big time daddy issues.
Yes, and you can see completely why Butcher's how he is.
Right. Yeah. And we finally get to understand who Lenny is.
Yes. And why Lenny did what Lenny did. Because
we get, we get who Lenny, we kind of got introduced to the Lenny character or the Lenny person. And we, never got to know who Lenny was or what Lenny really was to Butcher. And now we know who Lenny is to Butcher or was to Butcher and why there's no Lenny anymore. And Butcher's technically the reason, or the dad is technically the reason Butcher Lenny died. Because, well, technically, it's the dad's fault. And Butcher just happened to, what's the word I'm looking for? He happened to accelerate it by leaving. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the daddy issue. That's the first mention of daddy issues that comes up, right? Because there's another instance of daddy issues that comes up when no.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Oh man,
I was talking about Homeland. I was going to say Homelander. I was going to talk about baby mama drama with Homelander.
But that's close. That's all the way over there. We're here right now.
All right. Well.
All right. So let me give you. I'm not going to give you Hughie and look in your notes. First of all, look in your notes because we still going to come back to you to where Serge is. Serge and Kimiko go somewhere. We're still going to come back to you for that. Hughie and Lamplighter are still stuck in the house, and Hughie's trying to explain to Lamplighter what he's there for, what his purpose is, trying to help Lamplighter figure out his purpose and figure himself out.
Yeah, Lamplighter already like, look, you're the flunk, you're useless out the group.
Right.
He can see right through it.
Calls him a cuck. Mm-hmm. Right. He's a fucking cock, and it's amazing. Like they use sex, they use that whole thing as a metaphor for who you are and what you are and what you bring to the group. And I thought
And
it
it
was
kept
fun.
going with it. Like it was
Right.
funny. Like they keep
And
going
that's,
with the point
you
of
know,
it.
we complained in our other show about having sex and what it does for the show and how it helps push the show's narrative. They didn't have sex in this episode. There was no sex in this episode. It was porn. But they used it to push the show's narrative and to
Right.
actually help, like explain shit. And it's in hold on, it's The Boys, so it does it in The Boys way, right? If it wasn't The Boys, I'm pretty sure it'd still be written because the writers of the show are very intelligent and they would still write it in a way where it still will help the show's narrative.
Right.
If it wasn't being super raunchy and if they didn't go all the way out there, I'm pretty sure they still would have been able to use it to explain the show's narrative. Anyways, so they change the channel and see that Starlight has been captured, and Hughie's like, "Fuck it, I gotta go save my girlfriend." Lamplighter's like, "I know a way to do this. I know a way to get into Vought and to get to where she is and get her out." They get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was amazing. And Lamplighter literally, oh, I still have access. I still walking, because again, I think no one suspects Lamplighter of being anything or doing anything, right?
Yeah, he's like a
Oh,
low level threat to Vault.
right. Again, Vought is now focused on the bigger issues,
Mm-hmm.
Compound V, getting the government to approve more Compound V and all that extra stuff, right? Oh, don't let us get too bogged down on everybody because the Deep and A Train have issues that we also have to address moving forward, right? Because we got to get to that. So again, everything that happens in this episode is so great and it's so important. Like even the little shit, like so they get into Vought, they rescue. They don't get to rescue
Starlight.
Starlight because Lamplighter has plans, and this is the second set of daddy issues I was talking about. Lamplighter, before he lit himself on fire, said, "I just wanted to make my father proud."
Mm-hmm. That was the
Now,
thing. And
who
he
is
was
the
upset
father? They
he
moved
was
his
upset.
statue,
Yeah.
and so he lights himself on fire. The smoke fire alarm goes up. Um, Starlight is able to use her
For yourself.
powers now for yourself, and Huey's figured, oh, I can't do this anymore. I have to escape. I have to go find her. And he goes back all the way down to the basement.
And they
But
bump into each other.
no, they miss each other because Starlight comes up to the hero
You're right.
floor. Starlight comes up to the hero floor, and then when she gets up there, she
Black
runs
Noir.
into Black Noir, and he dumps her off. He's about to kill her, maybe. And here comes Lady Maeve, who's upset, who's been upset with Vought because her girlfriend broke up with her and left her. And there was a scene with her and I think Mary Tiffany or whatever, Amanda, what's her
Mm-hmm.
name? Yeah, and she's like, "Yo, I know you're a human being, man. Just please, like, just be a person and just help. Just leave me alone for now." She broke up with me. Okay, she left. You know, it's like we prepared this whole image for you. There's this talk show we need you for, but here you
Right.
are with men. Where's your girlfriend? Like, and she grabs Black Noir. She takes his mask off and she feeds him a bounty, which had nuts in it.
Right. And then we learn
Sorry,
that
almond joy. He has a nut allergy.
he has a tree nut allergy, and
Yo,
that's
tree
something
nut
we
allergy. Right, and that's the first argument that we had via text because you swear he's still alive.
I
I don't
think
think he is.
because she didn't take the EpiPen, she just kicked it away from him.
Right. Yeah, he grabs his epi, she takes it, she dumps it off his hand, and he's still reaching for it, and she kicks it away from him. I think again, she kicks it far enough for the anaphylaxis to fully take. What do you think?
It's still in the room. Like that's my only thing. Like the thing was still in the room. Now, if she would have took it with her, I'd be like, yeah, he's dead. But the fact that it's still in the room, it just seems like they're leaving that gap open to bring him back either next episode or whatever episode follows. But I think they
But
conveniently
that's but
left that
that's
open.
next episode is the last episode. It's eight. It's 8 episodes this
Well,
season,
they're
bro.
gonna bring him back next season. Like
So you
one
think
way
he's
or
coming
another.
back?
Yeah, like they left it open on purpose, man. Like she could have easily took that with them or stepped on it and broke it. She didn't do any of that. Like she just kicked it a little bit further away. Like that was convenient writing. Not knocking the show's writing, just saying like that was convenient writing for, hey, look, we're gonna make you feel like he's dead, but realistically, we're gonna tell back when this is convenient, shoehorn in Oh, he was dying and somebody stuck this in and saved his life.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see. So Starlight is able to escape, and she finds Hughie, who finds her mom, and they all escape and run off and live happily ever after. Butcher leaves his dad and mom. He walks away, and Mallory calls him and goes, "Hey, I want to go talk to Vogelbaum, and he didn't bite." Butcher's like, "Leave it up to me."
Right.
And Butcher goes to Vogelbaum's house, and he does the absolute most. Hey, look, if you don't do this, go
He
ahead.
threatened. He threatened that man's family, and then
In
drunk
the
tea.
house. And
And
then this tea is exceptionally good today. Pinky up and everything. Looking smack at the daughter like, if your dad don't give me what I need, I'm gonna break your fucking skull in. Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with this guy, yo?
well, I mean, we just saw what was wrong with this guy.
Well, yeah. So that's why he can do what he does. And so when they find out Lamplighter is dead and everyone is all mad that Hughie didn't do his job and all that good stuff, Butcher calls in and says, "Don't worry, we got our ace, is here. So we got someone, and I'm guessing that was Vogelbaum they were talking about."
Mm-hmm.
But this is so. Without going too far, I just want to talk about the Deep and A Train. So there's a party, I think, birthday party for the pastor of the church, the preacher of the church.
Yeah, not
Um,
Hugh Jackman.
right, not Hugh Jackman. And he he comes up to them. A Train and the Deep are kind of making up, and he comes up to them and he goes, "Hey, look, um, I whatever happens, when we don't talk to Green Arrow anymore, right?"
Right. Black Green Arrow.
Yeah, we don't talk to Black Green Arrow anymore. He's not our dude anymore. So you guys should always ignore him. You guys should never talk to him again. Like shit like that.
And you
And I'm
see how
like,
quickly Deep goes, I love that guy, so I hate that guy.
right. That was his best friend. Because he says, "Oh, have you heard from
Yeah, it's from
Green
Midnight.
Arrow?" "Oh yeah, I love him." And then he goes, "Oh, don't talk." "Oh, I always hated him." And it brings us back to the end of the interaction, right? They're at a bar and they're sitting down, they're talking, whatever. And A Train goes to him and says, "Hey, didn't you used to,
Living up that.
wasn't yeah, wasn't that your like your bestie or whatever?" And I'm like, "Yo, you know what? That is some shit. Like that is some shit where your best friend could, because of a religion, because of the preacher, could just say fuck you just like that. And that is some real shit, man.
But
Like
that says
that
a
is
lot
deep.
about his personality as well. The Deep's
Yeah,
personality is,
yeah, he's kind of trash.
yeah, he has that, and it just doesn't change. On top of that, it's kind of telling, excuse me, with certain religions as well, how certain religions can excommunicate you for whatever agenda,
Hmm.
and everybody just follow suit, you know.
Right. And speaking of, the news actually comes up,
Mm-hmm.
right? Of why. They were like, "Don't talk to your mom anymore. Don't talk to anyone out." It's like Scientology, right?
Yeah,
Don't talk
or,
to your
or
family.
Mormon.
Yeah, don't talk to your family anymore. Leave them out. And then he's like, "No, why I got to do that? That's my mom's, right?" And all of a sudden, they release this picture of his partner wearing. His partner is a furry, or he's a furry, and it's so funny. I love it. Like again, every little thing that happens. Now I'm curious to see what happens with A Train, the Deep, like how all those webs tie into the final or the finality of the season. But we come back to the boys who are now like back in their little Haiti spot. Like, okay, we did our thing. Everyone is finally here. We're gonna, like everyone is finally here, and we have. You still don't know where Serge went because he has a very interesting He has, but let's forget about where he went, what he was, or who he was looking at. Right, him and Kimiko, I think, are back
Yeah,
to more than just they're back to a certain point, or back better than they were because she teaches him how to say something.
yeah, with the gun.
Yeah. And I thought that was the better part of the interaction. That was also the most wholesome part of the show. And this show is not wholesome at all. That's a show we were just watching porn in, and they said and they called Hughie a cuck. Like, okay, so we moved past. The boys are now in the basement in Little Haiti, and they're looking at the news, right? And the Senate hearings for Vought.
Wait. Before we get there, let's do the Homelander stuff first.
All right, go ahead, you do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, because Homelander, uh, Lady Liberty, decided to fly on the compound with Homelander's son, with Rebecca, right? Her name's Rebecca,
Yes,
and some baby mama drama just kicked off right there.
bruh.
Like it was.
Like the most intense showdown.
I want to see my son.
Bruh, because if homie if she had powers, I think she would have fought both of them. Like, and I think Homelander does the most shiesty shit. He flies the sun up, right, and he shows him like everything and how it's all fake, and just wanted him to hate the mom. And like kids that age are very impressionable, and so that would happen.
Did you
And
see how
so,
fake the movies were that he was watching?
yo, everything, bruh, everything. I mean, and he was creating stuff too. He created what was it? What did he create? He created like Lego, yeah, from the Lego, and I didn't. I mean, obviously we don't like Homelander. If we had the Dick Meter, he's definitely back up.
Yeah, but at the same
Definitely
time,
back up for
is
that
he?
one.
Like he was a dick, but it's like
I
I feel
think
like it's an
you know what.
asterisk beside it though. Like,
Actually, you know what? That is going to actually get into a spiral into a different conversation, because I don't think men who rape women have a right to see that child.
Mhm.
I think
I
that
totally
should
agree.
automatically be stripped from them. But because he's Homelander and no one can say shit to him,
He could get away with
he
any and
can get away
everything.
with anything. Um, uh, Stormfront did mention something in that episode, in that minute. I don't know if you saw it or if you heard it. She goes to the kid, "You are the first natural
Born superhero.
born superhero, and you are, because he's white." Yeah, so like you're gonna lead. What was it she said? Anyways. So yeah, as you said, baby mama drama. That whole thing bothered me. I didn't like it. That's the. I mean, not that I didn't like it for the show. I didn't like it because of my beliefs, right? I don't think but I get it. And that's what makes this show good, is that it can make you look into yourself and be like, oh, I don't like what's going on here, but I understand why it's going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, so are we so am I allowed to come back to the Senate hearings? I bet. So we're back.
This is where it was great, and this is where I thought, okay, this is going to lead into the next episode. I didn't realize this was the episode before the season finale also.
Right.
So I thought that this was just going to like be like the, what do you call it, the cliffhanger before the next episode. Like I didn't realize, oh no, we're actually doing this right now.
Right now. So they've got to this, because they drag everything else that happens up to the Senate hearing, because the thing with the deep happens right before the Senate hearing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because they're not have to watch it on TV. Everyone is watching it, and the boys are happy. They're like, yes, we finally beat Vought. And
like they're all just kicking back, like, oh yeah, Lamplight. Oh, what about him? Like, we're good. We got.
we don't need that nigga. And so they thought it happened, because here comes Vogelbaum rolling in, and here you go, daddy issues again. Homelander
sitting right there.
Sitting right there. Father, right. And Vogelbaum said something, and he said, I made a mistake with you. I should have never something about like a couple of, like last season or whatever. And he rolls in. He's definitely about to start his testimony, and the senator sitting, the first senator goes pop. Vogelbaum goes pop. Everybody starts going pop. Mallory grabs the young female senator and is running her out. Her assistant's head go pop. The senator goes, and she's just stuck. But Mallory's a G. Mallory gets her out of there. Like,
yeah, she does.
The speedster, the other speedster, everyone is going pop, because I think Soup, the other speedster, his head goes pop because he's also sitting in there. Did you notice that? Because
I didn't notice him.
Yeah, because he's there now as the new speedster. And Lady Maeve is there. There's no Black Noir, which is why he's dead. But yeah, his head goes pop. He did pop. and it's gonna be
But he was the
amazing.
only one out of them that the head blew, right?
I think, but everybody else in the room and people is pandemonium, and it's everyone is running, and you know. So now my thing is it a soup doing this? It has to be, right, because it's
Or like
super
some kind of a
focused,
weapon from Vought,
right,
like Gus Fring. Like, is he doing this to these people?
right. But it could be, and then they just like, or is it a super villain?
That's one hell of a superpower, and that's a scary superpower because how do you combat that at
I
all?
mean, we've already seen something like this in terms of a superpower, but it wasn't. This is just more concentrated. What we've seen from the girl from last week's episode, where she gets to explode people's bodies
Mm-hmm.
or explode shit, like because she did it to the doors in
But
the
remember,
asylum.
this happened at the end of one of the
Yeah,
episodes.
this already happened before.
So this
So
happened
it's
before she even did that.
yeah. I'm saying we've already seen. Okay, yes, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. So my thing is, what the hell? Like that's all I got right now. What the hell, bro?
Unless this is some kind of way, and it has to be some kind of Stormfront doing.
You
Um,
think so?
it has to be. Like, you don't build Stormfront as basically the big bad of the season, and this isn't some kind of way tied into her doing. Like,
Hmm.
so Stormfront was placed there by Gus Fring. I still don't get that because I get in real life that actor is he's Latino, right? He's South American or something.
Man, bro, don't ask me, man. Don't ask me. I gotta look that up.
That's just like that. So Stormfront is somebody who really hates. I still understand that with Hughie and him. And like, that's why.
Bro, what's going on with your mic, man?
Well, what happened?
Oh, there you go. You're back.
I don't know what happened, but did you hear what I asked?
Didn't hear anything.
Oh, that was weird. No, I was saying
Yeah.
like Gus Fring, like, and his skin complexion is darker than mine in real life.
Mhm.
Like, so I was just saying, like, how do you justify him placing Stormfront on the team? Stormfront hates blacks, but she technically is Stormfront's person. I mean,
You can't.
Gus Fring's person. Like, I don't understand that. I get that he's a descendant of a Nazi or whatever, but at the same time, like, dude, you're basically black. Like, I get that you're South American, but I mean, the actor is like he's from some country in the South,
Right.
but you're technically black, dog. Like, your
Right.
skin complexion is darker than mine. You're black.
So, is there anything else you want to talk about? Because I'm about to run the promo for the finale.
Please run that promo.
I bet. So you got nothing you want to talk about.
I mean, I covered what I think I needed. Like,
All
I'm
right.
excited for this season finale.
I bet. Before we talk about it, let me ask you, what did you think about the episode?
Another great episode. This show does a real good job at telling A stories, B stories, C stories, and
Shit,
also,
like D stories, because the
yeah,
Deep was a super D story, but it's also an interesting story because it's like, okay, what is going on here, right?
yeah. And eventually that religion is going to come to the forefront. If not this season, then they have to sow a seed
Next
for
season,
next season.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you're right. It does a lot. It does really well in telling all these little stories and making us, want to know what's going on, even with the smallest things. But yeah, because again, what's going on with Lady Mae? She's done what she's done. What's going to happen with that? Like a lot still has to happen. So yeah, I appreciate this episode for handling all these stories in a way that we're still very like the main story is happening, but we're also very interested in all these little characters' side stories.
Yeah, Ashley is like the most annoying character in the world.
Who?
Ashley. Like, dude, she's so annoying. It's like, it's weird because you want, like, in the first season, I wanted to root for her early on
Mhm.
just because they was treating her like a dog. And now this season, it's like, like, what happened to you?
Right. Anyways, I'm about to run this
Anyway,
promo real quick, and then we can talk about it. Boop.
superhero landing. Oh, Butcher's gonna kill everybody. Oh,
Right?
okay.
Superhero takeoff. Oh shit.
I want my son. Oh,
Oh
oh.
yeah, let's run that back. I'm sorry. I gotta run that back.
Yeah, I need to see that again.
Yeah, I gotta run that back, bro. That was intense.
So
We're
Butcher's gonna
even.
go
Why are
kill
you
everybody.
doing this? I want to be in, so I want her gone. Chasing. They took Ryan.
Why was the military around Ryan?
Huh. I have no clue. I have zero clue, but guess what? I love it. I'm ready for it.
Dude,
It's
those
the
eyes.
season.
Those
Yo,
eyes.
yo. All right, so this is what I saw, right? Again, because we can't play the audio. You want me to play the audio? I can do that.
I don't think
I
we.
guess. Yeah, you
I
know
don't
what?
want.
Yeah,
I don't want. Yeah,
let's not test. Let's not test YouTube.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think right from what I'm seeing, the images I'm seeing, it looks like. Well, you said Butcher's gonna kill everyone. I think Homelander landing in that spot is still around the same force where they're chasing everyone,
Mhm.
right? Stormfront blows that thing up, that canopy up. We saw what's her name running through it, Starlight running through it, and she's probably on the floor on the other side of it because she escaped it, right? Um, Obviously, I think Stormfront dies,
Stormfront has to die.
but I also think this might be where that other soup from the asylum
That's
comes. Yeah, because the last we saw her, she was heading towards the city. What was she heading towards the city? Oh, she got in a
Oh, you
car.
talking about the lady from Orange is the New Black?
Yeah, that. Also, you see what's if Kimiko is charged up? What's going on with that? I'm interested. Yo, can it? When does the episode come on? Friday? Damn, we need to happen right now because I want to
Yeah,
see
because
it.
we got what 3 more days. Jesus,
Yo, it's so far. It's so far.
so far.
It's so far. But no, I'm excited about the show though. I want to see how it ends. So I'm definitely here for that. Thank you for watching. Kyle, you got anything else you want to say?
I mean, 3 days isn't that long away. Just remember, our president was in the hospital with COVID-19 for
Oh
3
my
days.
God,
So,
shady boots over here. What? What?
so
Shady boots over here. I mean,
Shady
he
Kyle and Mo.
he defeated COVID.
He
What?
defeated COVID. He
Defeated
is the
COVID.
Homelander.
He
Oh my
is
God, President Trump is Homelander.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're going to be listening on the podcast, we will catch you on the next episode.
Like and share.
Because guess what? Guess who's not going to come cancel my show because Kyle want to talk about shit. And
I'm sorry.
President Trump is Homelander. Thank you for watching. We will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Oh my God, the boys are coming.
Yo,